har, matey. Pirate Demon Hunter is the best budget deck.
Hey guys, Makai here. Before you even say it, I know this deck is not the most complicated. I still wanted to make a guide for it, just to help new players, anyone who's just not playing aggro efficiently. Also, half the people that claim that aggro is easy end up misplaying half their games anyway, and end up at a lower rank than they should be at. I think this deck is a great way to climb ranks and enjoy Hearthstone while on a budget as well. You can even substitute patches, the legendary, to bring the deck down to a single legendary to make it one of the most budget-friendly, powerful standard decks right now. I do think this deck, at least pre-nerf, was tier 1, and I'd be very surprised if it wasn't still a tier 1 aggro deck going into the post-nerf meta. So that being said, let's get into it.
If you want to join my crew, remember to like and subscribe, board lords!
The Mulligan guide for this deck is as follows. You keep your Treasure Distributor, your Brain Masseuse, your Patches the Pilot, Sigil of Skydiving, and Hosen Roughhouser.
Good hit, my turn.
It's important to not compromise on the Mulligan here. Don't take subpar keeps. There's a lot of really good cards early game in this deck, but the cards I listed here, they're just stronger. I wouldn't recommend branching out from here until you get some games on the deck and are very confident that the hand you're keeping is going to be strong, because if you're not winning early game, you're probably not winning with this deck.
Wahaha! Wahaha! Wahaha!
Let's talk about the early game. When playing this deck, you're trying to win before turn 5. Your most powerful play is Sigil into Hosen. Hosen having 4 HP will make it hard for most decks to remove, and a Sigil minion being 2/2s will, with charge, can help control the board and push damage. With this deck, you're mostly ignoring your opponent's board completely and just attacking face. You can almost never go wrong by just attacking your opponent and ignoring the minions. You have plenty of late game damage with Burning Heart and Acupuncture, so putting them at about 12 life will make them pretty easy to kill. Now, some minions are must kill if your opponent's going to get too much value from them, but this is something that you need with practice. Know what needs to be removed, what needs to be protected. But in general, I would just recommend just setting your damage face unless there's something really important that you need to trade for. I would prioritize spending as much mana as possible each turn in a way that puts as much stats on the board as possible. It's easy to want to spend mana on your pick just to draw cards and to make plays that kind of save damage for next turn so you don't feel like you run out of cards, but it's kind of okay just to run out of cards. In fact, I think this right here is going to be a priority of how I spend mana.
Priority 1! Let's spend mana to make minions on the board! Priority 2! I guess I could draw some cards if I can't make minions. Priority 3! I guess I'm just gonna spend mana on burn damage.
Dangerous Cliffside can send out 4 1/1s with charge on the same turn. This is a very powerful effect with cards like Hosen Roughhouser and Ziliax that can buff the charge minions for a large combo. Late game, I would sometimes play Treasure Distributor twice into summoning 4 1/1s to get an extra 12 burst. That paired with the direct damage cards you have in your hand like Burning Heart and Acupuncture will usually finish off even a Warrior or Control DK. The other combo this deck has is generally based around Arana Thrillseeker. This card is mostly in the deck to enable us to run some Priest cards, as the Taurus mechanic lets you run any Priest cards from the Perils in Paradise expansion. However, Arana is a lethal threat on her own if you can play her on an empty board. Often your opponent will be focused so hard on clearing your board, your small minions, that they get tripped up by a 5/6 Arana. You can redirect damage you deal to yourself with acupuncture, brain masseuse, and any damage you would take from attacking a minion with your hero. That means if you attack an 8/8, you take no damage and redirect 8 damage to the opponent instead. This is very powerful. Final thoughts on this deck is that it's very fun. I enjoy playing aggro as someone who hasn't been playing a lot of aggro lately. And this deck is extremely budget friendly, so I've been playing it on the EU server as a kind of a second account, and I haven't had to invest very much dust in it, even with the second legendary. So that's been very nice. I do want to point out that Treasure Distributor was recently nerfed.
Oh no! They nerfed my boy! My boy!
But I still believe that this card is strong, and this deck is going to be fine without it, or with it in its current state. And I think you can dominate pretty much any rank with this deck. I'm going to be uploading some gameplay for this guy today, so you can see me do a little bit of climbing on the EU server. And I hope you like the video. Oh, by the way, did you guys know that I stream on Twitch every single day? Bye!